Oh, yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up? Somebody get on the line and call Fleece and Bird and Wayne. Get on the line. We got to talk about this. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let me know in the chat if y'all can hear me okay. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay. I haven't done this in a while. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? 12 folks, you guys, I've missed you. I have missed you. I haven't gone live in a long time. And I want to talk about this Will Smith thing because I think it's important, and it's not important to me necessarily because of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett or Chris Rock. Those folks are going to be okay. G.E. Brown, what's up, baby? Those folks are going to be okay. Ooh, but let's talk about the implications of this action and these actions by, these two brothers, like at the pinnacle of their career. First of all, let me just say, let me get talk about the real. Chris Rock's joke was below the belt. It was uncalled for. It was definitely below the belt. Having said that, Will Smith on the what's supposed to be like the best night of his career loses his cool on a street level. What I really think is that Will Smith is under a lot of pressure. I think that he's tired of being the butt of everybody's jokes. But I also think that they have lived a very public life. They have put all their business out into the streets. And so not only have they put all of their business out into the streets, but then Will kind of carries the weight of being the good guy, the positive guy, and all that stuff. And so I think all that weight came crashing down on him in a very unflattering way. I could go on and on and on and on and on about other ways that he could have handled that, but that's not the point. I woke up at 4:00 this morning, and hold on a second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Hold on a second. Don't go nowhere. And get the likes up. There's 14 of y'all. Get the likes up. I'm looking at you. Hold on 1 second, folks. Seriously, just a second. I'm coming. Okay, so this is what got me today. I woke up at 4:00 this morning, and then, people, I just had this slew of texts. Do you see Will Smith? Do you see what happened on Oscars? And I was like, no. And so then I watched, and I was like, what the? I was like, this is crazy. Then I went on Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook in a minute. So I go on Facebook, and I was just really shocked by the number of adults that were co-signing like this is okay, right? This is not okay. My dad has a saying that I have tried to keep in mind for a while now, and it's, you could be 100% right about something, but if you lose control, you lose. Let me say that again. You could be 100% right about something. If you lose control, you lose. I work in education, and I work with kids every single day who make horrible decisions, sometimes lasting decisions made solely out of their emotions, right in the moment, right? And so that's what the messaging is, and I hope Will Smith does some damage control on this. I get that he's having his personal issues or whatever, but like, we can't send this message to youth. We gotta send a different message to youth. We cannot co-sign. We can't co-sign on this. Absolutely not. I read some comments by musicians, and I say this because I was a musician like this, who just put it out there. I'm knucking for you bucking, blah, 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 blah. And I'd be like, how's that been working out for you? How many major tours have you been on? You know what I'm saying? Who you really been working with? Because I'm going to tell you right now, the higher you go up, folks do not tolerate that kind of shit. Even if you are like, if you in a rehearsal or something, you ain't agreeing, you better not argue with nobody. The MD, man, I'm telling you, it does not go down like that. And so, why am I so passionate about this? Because when I was a kid, in my adolescence, my biggest problem was my anger and my temper. And I'm transparent about this with anyone who will listen, because it was bad. I'm 5'7", 175 pounds now, but I was that dude. I would smack a mofo, if you said the wrong thing to me. That caused me nothing but heartache. I can look back and there are relationships that were damaged, career opportunities that were damaged, all kinds of things. And, in my early 20s, at my late teens, I had an aunt who was just like, hey man, this is going to get you in trouble, right? Being so quick to act out of emotion, this is going to get you in trouble. And it did. It wound up getting me in trouble. Having a very short incarceration when I was in my early 20s off of some emotion shit. You know what I mean? We're raising a generation of kids right now that are just acting out of emotion, solely out of emotion. If 33 people in here, y'all better get them likes up. And so musicians, you got young musicians that you better learn how to cool your jets. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to bridle your tongue, and find different ways to not let things get to that point. I got a situation going on right now in my life that really, when I think about it, gets me kind of heated sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But I can't act on that. Not like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't act on. I've worked too hard to build my reputation, my professional reputation, all that. And all it takes is the one time. Will Smith, I loved Will Smith's book. I loved the King Richard movie. I loved it. And I think it's a shame that on what was to be the greatest night of his career, winning this Oscar, joining the ranks of the Denzels and the Sam Jacksons and all that it is forever tarnished by this, and then when we have adults co-sign on this, like, yeah, I'm knucking you buck, I'm gonna do whoa, and you can go your ass to jail. Some of I'm not shy about it. I'm a member of the 2A community. For those who knows, what that means. That carries with it a higher level of responsibility. a higher level of situational awareness, a higher level of impulse control, right? Why? Because let's say I get into a situation, what's going to come into question? My character, my composure, all that. You got folks sitting in jail right now that don't have millions of dollars, that have been bucked up by words, have lost control of their emotions, and now they losing time, loved ones, all this stuff. You know what I mean? So let me get back to what I was saying about like, because I really want to tie this into musicians, but I've had an opinion on this all day long. I'm really concerned about the generation of people that are coming behind us. We have to do better leading by example. Having said all that, I do believe that there's a time for violence. I believe that. I believe that there is a time when somebody got to get the full weight of your physical dominance. Those times are few and far between. Those times are few and far between, fewer and further between than we like to think. So I don't know, man. I do this thing sometimes where where I will do like box breathing, right? I'll like breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, breathe out for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts. I need to do those types of things, right? Some folks need to do them types of things. This ain't got nothing to do with, it's bigger than Will Smith. His actions are bigger, but when you get on that level though, people are looking at you. They're really looking at you. And I think it sent the wrong message. Andrew Collins says young people don't have any respect. Why? And I don't believe it's all young people, but why do they not have any respect? Right? They got to get taught by somebody, and some things are caught, not taught. How many of y'all got kids? How many times you lose your cool with somebody over nothing in a parking lot? You feel what I'm saying? It was a bad joke. It was a really below the belt joke, but I mean, there were so many other options, that could, so many roads that could have been taken with that, and folks, we all know, like I said, they've lived a very public life. So, I don't know, man, why you pick tonight of all nights to all of a sudden defend your woman? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that he wasn't supposed to defend her or he wasn't supposed to say that. I mean, bruh, y'all been in, doing some wild acrobatic stuff, yeah, why is all of a sudden Jada off limits? It was a bad joke. It wasn't even funny. And I mean, look, it was below the belt. I think we can all agree on that. It was below the belt. He needed to get, and who looked classier in the end for that? You done got up, smacked the shit out of Chris. Chris took it like a champ. You know what I mean? And it didn't look like no sissy slap, like some people say. It looked like it hurt. He took it and kept on rolling. But now, Chris with his tasteless joke looks like the classier dude. Am I crazy for thinking that black people shouldn't be mocking black women for not having long hair? I don't think that was the case. I don't think that was the case, brother. I don't think that was the case at all. I think it was I don't think I think this was a joke directed at Jada. It was directed squarely at Jada, in reference to the G.I. Jane thing. Again, it was a bad joke. It was below the belt. And G.I. Jane was supposed to be empowered. Hell, Jada Pinkett, she's got a great head for that style. You know what I mean? She rocks the hell out of that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not taking anything away from the joke. The joke was whack. It was whack. Now, I didn't know she had a problem with alopecia. I didn't know that she was because I don't follow them like that. But, now I know, right? I don't know how, if Chris knew, I don't know if he knew. But either way, I don't know. Maybe Will Smith thought, well, we put all our business out in the street. So, maybe it's something to joke about. I'm not taking anything away from the joke. I mean, the fact that the joke was crass and below the belt. But the act of getting up there and doing that was whack. Again, tying it back to musicians and adults being raised in this world right now, is we have to do better. We, the regular folks, the not okay, so Caboose Juice, which is a really funny name, will shut him up. It's a shame that it was in public. Okay, let's talk about that. Hey, there it is. The game is chess. It's not checkers, right? I'm talking about for us regular folks. Man, he could have did that at the after party, somewhere where it would have been like a rumor or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Where, man, you can't prove that. I don't know. But this was on the world stage. This was on the world stage. It was just a bad look. There was a video circulating around last year. Anybody seen this video of the musicians in the church, the drummer, there's a keyboard player and an organist, and everybody got a talkback mic? Did y'all give me a thumbs up if y'all saw that video? Give me a Raul. Like I couldn't agree more. What did I see there? I saw young musicians filming themselves while they playing the gig at the church, and they all arguing. The organist, he yelling and screaming on the mic because somebody, it's too much ego, right? Somebody ego getting bruised. As Jada continues to have entanglements. I mean, look, man, how they live their lives and how they do their marriage is, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? But when you put it out there, if you put it out there like that, somebody gonna say, you put all your shit out on the streets. What you want? If you put all your stuff out there in the streets like that, then you leave it open for anybody to pull it apart. And Will and Jada, their life and their marriage has been way out there, man. I still like Will. I think his book is dope. I think his book was real dope. If you're into audiobooks, you should really check that out. I thought the King Richard movie was excellent. I just think Will Smith got the weight of the world on his shoulders. And I think Will Smith from a year ago or a couple years ago wouldn't have never handled that like that. Will was probably too polite his whole life and it boiled over at the Pinnacle. I agree. I agree. I think he hit a boiling point at a really, really, really bad time. Really bad time. Again, though, for us regular folks who are not Will Smith, who are not Will, I saw this lady one time on. Have you guys might know Cover Band Central on Facebook, where it's Cover Band Central. It's a whole bunch of people talking about cover band stuff. And she wrote like this long, I mean, this thing was long. It was like 5 or 6 paragraphs about how unprofessional her bandmates were. And she lost her bandmates and, they quit the band because of some unrealistic demand she had put on them or whatever. And I'm looking at the first paragraph and I'm like, the fact that you sat here and you wrote this whole fucking thing is why your people left. Because if you did this, you tripping in rehearsal, you tripping at the gig, because this is way too much energy, right? There's musicians I've known, I've been one, where they lose their cool like that. And then once people find out that you're the guy or the girl who like can't keep their composure, that's when your phone stops ringing. That's when your phone stops ringing, fam. I'm trying to tell you, how do I know? I've been there. I've been there. And it doesn't matter how much of a reputation you build. You build this reputation and it takes this one thing to slow it down, to cut it off. So what I'm saying is, be mindful of co-signing on that. I cannot excuse a millionaire getting away with something none of us can. You damn right, Calvin. Calvin, let somebody say something. Just say something. All they got to do is say something to your wife. All they got to do is say something. And you do something to them. It's going to be a different outcome for you because y'all probably going to fight like for real. You know what I'm saying? And somebody going to jail. What happens when you go to jail? Then you got a record and then your job gets in jeopardy. Your money start getting funny. All these different things. Why? You know what I mean? You ever put yourself in the mind of a scenario sometimes? Like if you go out with your lady or something and you see like a huge dude. The dude's like, oh, speaking of, look, Wireware is not sponsoring this video, but I want to say it. I haven't said it in a while. Wireware, W-Y-R, Wear, W-E-A-R, Wireware shirts. I have a bunch of these, man, and they are just dope. I got some more colors and whatnot. Anyway, you ever go out, and I've said that because, the shirt make your brother look a little bigger than he actually is. Anyway, Calvin says, I actually went to jail for this very thing. Hey, it happens. Jail is not a fun place. I haven't been in many, 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 many years, and I don't plan on going again. But you ever go out and you see a big dude and you be like, what would I do if that man smacked my wife on the ass? What would you do for real? You know what I mean? And because everybody ain't that big and everybody ain't that tough. Everybody don't have the self-defense skills or whatever. What you gonna do? Now, I'm not at all telling you not to do nothing. I'm not saying that. If there's a physical assault, you got to stand up and protect your woman. But I'm just saying, have you ever thought, damn, here I go. I got to protect her, but I'm going to get my ass kicked. Some of y'all done been there. Some of y'all done been there. Hey, excellent. We used to joke, what would you do if Mike Tyson pushed up on your chick? Hey! You might have to be like, well, she ain't cooked me them tacos I wanted on Tuesday. I'm kidding. See, this is really the thing most don't understand. Most people don't have the ability to just hit someone and walk away from. It don't happen where I live. It doesn't happen where most people live. I mean, yeah, I hear you, Calvin. But words, man. But again, I'm not talking specifically about Will Smith. I'm talking about the implication it has for other people. Other people will be like, yeah, that's right. You know, hey man, it ain't gonna work out for you the way it works out for him. You know what I'm saying? You might feel good in the moment. Again, I work with kids. I work. Who is this with the Will Smith? Who is this with the Will Smith? That's gonna be the new thing. Smack the like button. Hey, I wish that really was Will Smith. I'd be like, hey, dude, I love your work. You was out of pocket for that shit, though. You shouldn't have never did that. Should have never did that, fam. Should have never did that. Never. On the real, black men specifically need to stop the emotional behavior. Yes. Now, somebody was saying today, you know, why do black men have to carry the weight of what other black men do? Damn, Davey 504 already got it. His next video, Davey 504 is already he's gonna have a Will Smith in his next video. I'm sure of it. After what his son, that ain't how they do it. Cause motherfuckers with money don't really be doing that kind of shit. Get out of town. Ain't no gangsters in there like that. They don't have a need to be gangsters like that. This was a night, you know, a few years ago, you know, there was the Oscar So White. And I know that, you know, Chris took some jabs at Jada then. However, this was not like that. We had black people winning shit. You know what I'm saying? Black people behind the scenes doing things. This was an important night that was tarnished by street behavior. And I don't care who gets mad about it. Like, I have an opinion too. You know what I'm saying? It was a bad look. It's bad look. We got black men right now sitting in jail behind knee-jerk reactions that have taken them out. And don't give me none of this stuff about what the white guys can do or whatever. You can fight for the world that you want, but you still have to navigate the world that you live in. You still have to navigate the world that you live in. And we cannot afford to behave emotionally. And let me I was a little bit more focused when I was thinking about this live stream earlier. Now I'm all over the place, but that's okay. I've been that guy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I have been that dude. I have been that guy. At least 2-3 times a week, there's somebody that says something or does something that boils my blood. And there was a time when I would have reacted in a certain way, in a different way. I've built up too much in my life to let the actions of one person or the words of another person destroy that. You know, Caboose Juice. I can't say that name too many times. That's so funny. You're right. I feel bad for Will. I feel like Will is somewhere right now drowning in his sorrows. I feel bad for him because y'all know, y'all been alive. I know my demographic. Y'all been alive long enough to have made some really dumb mistakes in the heat of the moment. And then you afterwards, you done said something to your lady. You done said something to your kids. You done said something to your partner, whatever, and have come back and been like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. You know? And then you have to, you're like, damn, you know, I've taken out what Stephen Covey calls a emotional withdrawal. You know, other races of and groups of people are busy building, creating, progressing, and we're acting repeatedly. That's a pretty heavy comment. That I don't totally disagree with. Ooh, fleece. That was a good one, dog. That was a good one. If it was Wanda Sykes, would Will have done it? Yo. You know, if it was a lot of people, if it was somebody bigger, you know, if it was The Rock, if it was, yeah, I mean, all right, let me read this. This is from one of my homies, man, and my homies that I really have mad respect for, but I'm curious to know what he said. A man can and should stick up for his wife and family and vice versa. The how, when, and where can and should take different forms based on particular circumstances. Also, African Americans in general need to be better about respecting each other in public discourse from comedians on down. Do not disagree with that at all. There are several historical reasons for our boundaries being way out of place that we won't go into here. And if someone does overstep someone's boundaries, they should have no problem owning it. Everyone wants respect. And a man's code for giving respect should not be based so much on whether the other person is worthy of respect, and never should be based on seeking approval of others, including their laughs or their money. Rather, it should be based on a man's standard for how he demonstrates respect for others, which should be his unwavering code. When brothers get that principle right, most problems disappear, including which jokes to tell and who to slap when, as well as which money is good money. I get it and agree. I still think, hey, shouldn't have done that, Will. Shouldn't have done that, homie. Shouldn't have done that at all. My main reason for going live for this again is like I was really dumbstruck with how many adults were co-signing on this. Like, I wish a motherfucker would. One of my fellow educator friends posted this. Fellow educator, unpopular opinion. Will was wrong, and you and your children are wrong when they hit people for words. That's why they are in school acting a damn fool. And you can slap somebody if you want to, but your ass is going to jail and getting sued. Correct. What Raul say? Let me see what Raul said. I missed it, Raul. Uh-oh. I ain't getting into that conversation at all. I ain't touching that one. Andrew Collins says you feel good at the time, then you regret your actions. You feel good at the time, and then you regret your actions. Again, one of the reasons why, well, there's two reasons why I am so passionate about this and the message that it sends is because, one, I've been that guy. It marred a lot of my early life. It really did. I'm not proud of it at all, but it's a part of my story. I was teased a lot. I don't use the word bully. When I was a little kid, my first part of my life, I was in Europe, and then I came to New Orleans, and, I had this little funny accent and real square, and I got picked on a lot. I don't use the word bully because I think a lot of that shit was just things that kids do to each other. when I got to middle school, remember the first time I hit somebody in anger and they reacted to it, I was like, oh shit, I have the power. And that became a trend for me. That became a trend for me all through school, and a lot into my early adulthood. I remember I used to work at this warehouse in a place called San Leandro, California, and there was this brother, just going back to the comment about black men acting emotionally. I could remember this guy getting into a heated altercation with one of the managers, and the manager was like, had ticked him off to the point where this guy's out yelling and screaming. He ripped his shirt off, just acting a damn fool in the streets and stuff. And me, who was still very immature at the time, I was like, hey, bro, you probably gonna whoop his ass, and that's gonna make you feel good, but he's gonna get you with the pen. You see what I'm saying? You're going to beat him down and you're going to feel good about exerting your physical dominance over him. And then what is he going to do? You're going to get fired, which he did. You're going to go to jail. All these different things. You feel what I'm saying? And would it have been worth it in the end? Nah. It would have been worth it. So... You damn right I'm making a stream about Will Smith hitting somebody. You watching too, huh? Back to I'm teasing. Back to what I was saying though. I keep trying to come back to this, and I look at there's a lot of y'all in here. There's like 400, 500 people in here right now. Y'all need to hit the like button. Or smack the like button. Hey, Chris got a jaw. Chris got a jaw, dog. he took that. He took that. It's a whole lot of different levels to this, man. It's a whole lot of... Oh, you know what? I got to read another comment to you guys. This is a brother I've known for many, many years. Jeremiah, hold on a second. Let me read this post by my friend earlier today. I've known this guy since he was about 19, and he was like sort of a G back in the day. Let me see if I could find it, man. If I could find it, but it was so eloquent. Damn, I hope I could find it. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, hold on. This was a good one. So his wife is named Rachel. I've known both of them. They dated way back in the day. Now he's a professor somewhere, and this dude was like a street dude, right? But he's a professor now, and his wife is successful, and I knew them as kids. So Here's what one person says. So you're saying that if someone joked about a medical condition Rachel had, you could for a fact say you would never act out of character. I'm going to read it. Sit down, folks. Here we go. Yes, I can say that. Chris Rock is a comedian. He was doing comedy, albeit comedy in poor taste, but comedy nonetheless. Will could have booed or yelled or spoken to Chris afterwards. To me, all of those are viable options. He chose violence. There's layers to this whole thing. I don't feel like unpacking them at the moment. However, I'll share a couple of thoughts. Firstly, there's no way for me to know this with any certainty, but my sneaking suspicion is that he would not have done the same thing to Ricky Gervais, Louis C.K., i.e. white comedians. The response, the whole narrative would have been appreciably different. The consequences would have been harsher because he would have effectively, wait for it, he would have effectively, lost my place, I can read, y'all, effectually broken the racial contract. There is a concrete anti-black ethos that holds that black people are in need of some form of heavy-handed discipline because we are predisposed to subhumanity and criminality. Both were on display. There's a lot more to say, but this part bothers me most about the whole thing. The incident between two celebrated black millionaires will serve to substantiate, affirm racist tropes and stereotypes for a lot of people. Let me read that again. Let me read that again. Let me read that again. This incident between two celebrated black millionaires will serve to substantiate, affirm racist tropes and stereotypes for a lot of people. I hate that part too. It just felt like anti-black generational trauma theater. The original, shout out to my bro, whose name I won't, talked about this in Black Skin, White Man. Oh, France Franon. He's got a book. France Franon talked about this in Black Skin, White Mask when discussing the genesis of fratricidal violence. The colonized subject will first train this aggressiveness sediment in his muscles against his own people. This is the period when black turns on black. It's a problem, y'all. It's a problem. Love Will Smith. I feel bad for Will Smith. I feel bad for Will Smith now. Right? But we as regular folks, we as people who work in our respective fields, people who are musicians, because this is who this channel is really aimed at is musicians, don't co-sign on this shit talking about I'ma smack a motherfucker because he said something. A lot of y'all gonna lose out on opportunities like that. We have got to stop being so... I just got emotional talking about how we got to stop being so emotional. You know. Tubby Chaser. I don't know what that means. Tubby Chaser says Jada is the problem, though. Maybe she is. Maybe she is. Maybe both of them are the problem. Maybe they're both the problem. Like I said before, both of them have put their lives on public display. You know what I mean? They didn't, I have opinions on the whole relationship. But damn, bro, you picked the night that you win in your first Oscar to do this. I think my man is going through a lot of stuff. I think we're seeing a very public breakdown with Will. And I don't, I'm no psychologist or nothing like that. Question: did he do anything to the guy who slept with his wifey? Nah. I mean, Ninja, I lost respect for Will. Thanks for the super chat, Tony Miller. Thanks for the super chat. There's a lot of y'all in here today. There's like 1,000 people on the live stream, man. There's 1,000 people on the live. Oh, that's what I gotta do. I gotta start talking about celebrity bullshit. Will Smith, just a nice guy. I can't keep up with the chat, man. Will Smith, just the nice guy who acted from emotions, finally decided to stand up for himself and overcompensated. Yeah. I think it's a toxic relationship. I don't know what happened to the stream just now, y'all. Something just like locked up and froze up or whatever. I don't know what happened. But Virgin Islands, what's up? Welcome. Yeah, man, they both a problem. And you put all. Thanks for the super chat. Hey, y'all, my computer look like it's about to die. Yeah, y'all, my computer is... Will Smith reported me. I'm going to have to get out of here anyway, y'all. I will catch you on the next one.